The upcoming 2025 Firefighter Safety Stand Down works to create a space for firefighters and departments to discuss mental health issues. Coordinator Julie Phelps is here to talk more about the event. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and talk about our event.
Yeah, so can you start by telling me a little bit about what Firefighter Safety Stand Down is and why it's important?
The Firefighter Safety Stand Down is an initiative that's co-sponsored by the International Association for Firefighters and the National Volunteer Fire Council. And what it does, it gives time for the firefighters and fire departments to kind of pause their emergency things and focus on different initiatives. This year's initiative focuses on mental health. And so it's actually called the Stop the Stigma and the firefighter mental health, behavioral health aspect of it.
Okay, so can you talk a little bit about some of the speakers and the wellness sessions that'll be at the event?
Yes, we have our keynote speaker, which is Cinnamon Ryhold. She's actually from Whole House Counseling out of Cincinnati, and she focuses on firefighter and first responder therapy, like specifically. And it's really difficult as a firefighter sometimes to go in and unload some of our stuff, we feel like, on just the lay therapist. So it's really nice to have someone that understands where we're coming from.
So how did the events like this kind of break the stigma around mental health that first responders, specifically firefighters, face?
It really opens up the discussions and makes it so that it's more approachable for folks to just be themselves and be able to be free to talk about it, because we really come from, as firefighters, the suck it up kind of culture, or, you know, be tough kind of culture. And we can still be that, but it's important that we take care of not only our physical health, but our mental health. And this is a way that opens that up.
So what are some of the resources that are going to be there besides the keynote speaker that firefighters can interact with?
We're going to have a local firefighter talking about his experiences with mental health. We'll have a panel discussion, which I'm really excited about. Obviously some giveaways, but we also have some of our more local, Athens local, but local organizations that offer therapy in case someone doesn't, want to travel, but also Cinnamon does hers over internet as well. But these will be local resources, and then we'll have a couple wellness sessions. We'll have someone who does sound healing, which is kind of interesting, and we have someone that does trauma-informed yoga. So just ways to kind of like take that moment, take that breath, and just take care of you in that moment.
Okay, so when and where is the event happening?
The event is this Saturday, June 21st, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Athens Community Center at 701 East State Street in Athens. And this is open to any firefighter, first responder. It doesn't have to be Athens only. So that's part of the reason why I'm trying to get the word out. You can be from West Virginia, Ohio. We don't mind. We want you to come and get something from this, and also take it back to your department.
Yeah, so can you talk about some of the signs that firefighters or even their family members can be looking for if they think someone in their community is suffering from PTSD or other mental health issues because of their work?
Yeah, it's one of those things that sometimes sneaks up on you gradually, but you sometimes tend to withdraw or change your normal habits. Like maybe you weren't someone who was quite the risk taker, and now you're taking more risks. Maybe you're not sleeping as well. Those are the kinds of things that you might not always see at first, but those around you will. And that's the important part about having family, whether it's your fire family or your husband, wife, whatever. They can kind of watch for those kinds of changes in you and help encourage you to get that help.
Is there anything else you'd like to highlight about the event or things you just think people should know?
Actually, yes. Firefighter suicide is one of the things that people don't always think about, but there are actually more suicides by firefighters than our line of duty deaths. There's 100 to 200 a year, and it's hard to get that accurate number because they're not always recorded that way, because it's hard to monitor that. So that's why this is important. That's why we want to get the word out about this.
Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk about this incredibly important issue for our first responders and people who do so much for our community.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to seeing so many people there. Thank you.
Of course. And we will have more coming up on Daybreak right after the break.